All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wahaba Kwadash. I want to say double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching his word and truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. This is brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another lesson. And his lesson is on this video right here that you see. It says this posted to World Star May 19th. It says it's a national security threat. We don't stand a chance. For anyone who thinks that UFOs don't exist, U.S. military on what they have seen. And then 2 days ago was an article. Obama said we don't know exactly what they are, but we do know what these chariots are. These so-called UAPs. Okay, UAPs. Okay, UAP. Unidentified aerial phenomenal task. Unidentified aerial phenomenon. We know exactly what they are, and they actually have a task force that was formed last year, and it's all spiritual too. Because I remember like a year or two ago, Bishop Karab from the main camp, he had mentioned in a video that just that the following year, which is the current year, 2021, he said that you're going to start seeing Esau mentioning a lot about the chariots and disclosing a lot of the things that they kept secret, you know, because unbeknownst to the average person out there, you might think that the beings that's piloting these so-called UFO'S, UAPs, which are the chariots of Israel, you think that there's some green big head aliens, some the grays, all of those crazy images that Esau created to basically get the people not to believe in the chariots. And they show you all these fanciful movies of a so-called alien invasion, and they show you big head, slimy aliens, things with tentacles. But in reality, the ones that are piloting these crafts are our brothers, okay? Are the angels who are our brothers, all right? And just to prove that, this is Revelation chapter 19 verse 10. All right, Revelation 19 and 10. And this is what John said, and I felt, St. John, all right? It says, and I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. And right, and these chariots are prophetic. Wow, they're written in the scriptures. They were here from the beginning. They were here in the days of old, and they're here today. All right, and this devil, the so-called white man, he is afraid, especially the super elite. And this devil in this 5-minute video, he even said that they don't got nothing built like that to fly in this era, the so-called modern era. And for a long time, there's a video of a Jake. He seen chariots and he started bugging out. He's like, "Oh, aliens, aliens!" And he tried to get the cops. They like, call the cops. And his woman said, "The cops can't do nothing for you. The cops can't help you. What, they going to arrest the angels? They going to stop the chariot? No." But Esau creates these different movies. He creates these different narratives to get the people not to believe, to deceive the minds of the people. Because the majority of Israelites out here, they don't believe in the chariots, and they've seen them. Okay, but you'll hear a video of Jake. What the F is that? What's that? What's that? These are our brothers, man. See, the so-called white man created this narrative so that you wouldn't have hope, and the blind the eyes of those that didn't believe, man, that don't believe. Okay, now I'm gonna play a little bit of this video real quick, right here.
Hostile threat, the vulnerability of not having anything to defend ourselves.
Yeah, she said I felt vulnerability. Oh, let me rewind that, because that link up with 2nd Esdras chapter 13.
The vulnerability of not having anything to defend ourselves, to not having any rounds, anything on the rails, if this was in fact hostile threat.
Right. So and that's in Second Esdras, chapter 13. It says this, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, yet durst fight. Right, because they don't have anything to contend with this power. They're not going to have anything to contend with Yahweh Shai when he comes back. And the chariots are making themselves being seen more and more each day. Yet you don't see Esau highly reporting on it. They claim that they're going to expose some old, and they have exposed some old documentation and old video of the chariots. They always show you black and white. But hey, these chariots are in our face. They're in color, living color. And the woman said what she felt vulnerable, that they didn't have anything to basically fight back with. Let me see if I can just see exactly. She says I felt vulnerability of not having anything. Now, when you feel vulnerable, let's look up that word for vulnerable. Vulnerable. Okay, and it says susceptible to physical or emotional attack or harm. What's a synonym for that? In danger. And when you're in danger, you feel scared, helpless, powerless. Okay? So this woman felt what? She felt afraid. She felt afraid. Why? But the Spirit of the Lord going to put it on them to still fight. All you fighter jet pilots out there, all right? Jakes and heathen alike, you're going to be so afraid when you see Yahweh Shai standing on the chariot, but yet there's fight. He going to make you fight so he can destroy you. All right? Here it is. How you think the Lord's people on this earth feel? We feel vulnerable, susceptible, not having anything to fight back with. And our whole lives, we were being taught that we were nothing but slaves or descendants of slaves, workers, nothing. And you Edomites, Edomites chiefly, you Edomites and the rest of you nations, you did what you wanted to do to us without any fear of retribution coming back to you. Well, guess what? This is what these chariots are bringing. So again, 2nd Esdras 13 and 8, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they that which were gathered together to subdue him, all right, were sore afraid, yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lift up hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. So the chariot is shooting laser beams out, man. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire and the flaming breath and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon a multitude which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon of a sudden an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Right. And Edris saw this in a vision. See, they keep saying, oh, they're aliens. And they really going to have you thinking that it's going to be some stuff like this when Mars attacks. And the angels, or Yahweh Shai just going to come out and want to talk to the leaders of the world. No, he's not doing that. He's coming to destroy and take back what's rightfully his, including his people, the elect of his people. Because these chariots are not only do they belong to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, they belong to us too. These are the chariots of Israel. This is 2 Kings 2 and Salakia. 2 Kings 2 and I had it. Salakia. Okay, this is 2 Kings 2 and 12, and it says, and Elisha saw, I'll start at 11. I'll start at 10. And he said, thou hast asked a hard thing, nevertheless, if thou see when I am taken from thee, because Elijah was taken up by a chariot too. And Elisha, his basically his protege, he saw it, man. And he says, nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so. And it came to pass, as they still went and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire. These are the vehicles of the Most High, man. And horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. So a chariot. It first of all, that tractor beam split them apart, and it took Elijah. And Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel, and horsemen thereof. And these 1948ers, they don't speak about these chariots. While they claiming possession of the land, while they claiming to be the people of antiquity of the Lord, they never talk about the chariots in the Most High. While they warring with these other nations over the land that don't belong to them, they never look up to the sky and ask for the chariots of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to help deliver them. They never ask for that. But we know that these are the chariots of Israel. They're our people. It says, a chariot of Israel and a horseman thereof. And he saw him no more, and he took hold of his own clothes and rent them in two pieces. All right. The Zechariah 5:1. Then it says the title of this is Flying Scroll, which is the chariots. Then I turned and lift up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that go forth over the face of the whole earth. Right, because when the heathen nations see these chariots, it's a curse unto them. They know that it's not going to bring something good to them. But we as Israelites, we know that this is something good for us. You had that dude Wallace Williams, or William Wallace, I think his name Wallace Williams or something like that. He wrote that song, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, during the time of chattel slavery while he was in the field working. During a time where there were no flying vehicles that man created. There were no helicopters. There were no airplanes. There were no drones. So they knew that they knew that they were chariots. Okay. And it says, and he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side, according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side, according to it. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And it shall remain in the midst of the house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. Right? So you seeing mad chariot sightings over the earth, also all throughout America. Okay? But the people are they're so focused on folly, they're not looking up. But Yahweh Shai said, when all these things happen, look up, for our salvation draweth nigh. These chariots are a sign of our salvation. These chariots, so for Barack Obama to say we don't know exactly what they are, first of all, he's lying, because he's a professional liar. Okay? And he knows that these are the chariots of the Most High. The elite already put them on. But they're not going to tell you. That's why he said, oh, I can't tell you. Wait a minute, we're telling you right now. And in this video right here on CNN, he says, oh yeah, there's a lot of other stuff, but I can't tell you. You see? And everybody just laugh with him. They just laugh and folly. But guess what? Esau Edom knows that these chariots are no joke. And now they either one, like my woman always talk about Project Bluebeam. They either one, they're going to create some type of Bluebeam event, okay, to try to get the people to more deceive, or two, they know that the coming of our Lord is near, and they're really afraid. While you got vehicles that can go forward and maybe can go up and down, man, these chariots can go any and every way, beyond three-dimensional. They can make themselves small, big. They can go in the water. They can move without any sound at thousands of miles per hour. And guess who they're coming to fight on behalf of? The holy elect. This is at Psalm 68 and 17. The chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place. So we know that the ones that are operating these vehicles are the angels, and these vehicles, they come out of the third dimension, the fourth dimension, man, the spirit world. And there's not they don't have a mechanic shop working on these chariots, man. Issachar ain't underneath of the chariot tuning it up. No, these coming straight out of the spirit world, man. And they're gonna come to destroy the enemies of the Lord and of his people, man, and save the remnant of his people. Revelation 12 and 7. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels, right? Because Michael is an archangel for the people of Israel in the spirit world. Okay, and he's going to fight against the dragon. The dragon is NATO and the EU, their army, because their angels are their army. Even in one of those movies, Saving Private Ryan, Tom Hanks had said that these birds that's flying in the sky are the angels of those people, man. He says, and prevail not. So they're going to try to fight, but they're not going to prevail. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. So their rulership seat's going to be taken out. I always say, look at all the movies, all the action movies. I'm talking about the real gigantic blockbuster movies. That's going to be in real life, man. Okay? You're going to see real X-Men floating around, running around, doing things. Men exalted with spiritual powers through Yahweh Shema Shai, the elect men, giving this power. You're going to see chariots in the sky, what you call UFO'S or aliens. But guess what? You're going to see them up close and personal, right in your face. And there's nothing you can do about it. All right? So we know what these are. It says it's a national security threat, and they know it. We don't stand a chance. You Edomites do not stand a chance against this, man. And it's a lot of things that your elite not telling you. But we telling you, we're proclaiming this right out in the open. This is not a hide. When we see the chariots, we're gonna be praising Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Because we know that our salvation is drawing nigh, and we know what those chariots are. We know what those vehicles are. Okay? And in order to enter them, you got to be righteous. You got to have a righteous body. You got to have a righteous spirit. These bodies that we have, these physical bodies that we have, they're not going into the chariot. You're going to see them getting risen up into the chariots, but they're going to go away. And our new bodies, our extraterrestrial bodies, okay, we're going to receive as per 1 Corinthians chapter 15. It's going to be a wrap. And we're going to come out of these chariots as New Jerusalem and descend upon the earth and take the earth, man. And there's nothing you can do about it. And so with that, I want to say shalom. All praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and on to the next.